Good shot, big bro.
Nice.
I think it's important there, Tone. I think you've touched on it with this group. I think when we think about anything that we need to start, it's always about around I suppose, a trust factor, a connection factor. And it's funny the fact that between Totes, Tony and myself, how we all grew up in Otara and aligned to East Tamaki Rugby Club. Our fathers, connected by Dad being a coach and Noro's dad being a player, and to kind of grow. And we had, I suppose, ties even when we left the club. I was playing professionally overseas, and to come back and have Tony and Noro involved with East Tamaki, a club that we had dear in our hearts growing up, and being our junior club, and also senior club between our dads coaching and playing. It just kind of sparked something that we knew that needed to be created, but we didn't know how, I suppose. And it was just a lot of talk, and Tony spoke about the opportunities that arise from us just talking and putting some things into action. And I suppose that's where the Tongan Barbarians rugby team got created. And through an opportunity to put a team in, we didn't know how, we just threw our name in our hat, and because we knew it was an opportunity that was going to grow. And I mean, that's all we wanted. We just wanted our foot in the door. And that's how the Tongan Barbarians was created. And again, just talking about connections, and then, to go further from that, and we really relied on help. And we just knew, just through contacts that we had, there's definitely a need, and know there's an avenue of help that's out there. It's just a matter of being able to find that help and reach out, I suppose. And that's the beginnings and the humble beginnings of us starting this group. And then we talk about connection again. I just mentioned again, Tony, with Fran, and you coming into this space, Fran, and being able to frame things up, I think is probably the best thing about it. And then adding not only yourself, but also with Noro, and not only rugby space, Noro's space in terms of his work ethic of where he's come from, being able to help us put it all together as well. I mean, that's been a real cool, humbling experience, I suppose, around this. And it was never a rush job. Is when we think about it, it's probably 4 years in the making now. Could that be right, Tone?
Yep.
Noro, 4 years in the making, and guys just kind of talking a lot about it, but knowing that at some stage we're going to have to action all this stuff and try and frame it into something that we keep saying and put aside. And that only comes through, I suppose, individual growth, individual understanding. And you touched on it, with the real podcast, talking about the full scope of one's life, right? So the rugby, and then the space that we're in, the rugby, the education, the employment, and the life, it's just so important that we kind of touch on that and really grow it to a space where it needs to, and we just know, kind of working together, how much of a need, and we kind of keep saying it. I know there's a lot out there as well, but we're just wanting to create something again to align to a few and be more, another avenue for those that need.
Yeah, nice.